A very good morning to all of you. I hope you will get the whole thing like we already done. We will discuss, we will see the first of all syllabus. If you see your syllabus, in syllabus we've done the basic computational thinking, decomposition, algorithm, pattern recognition. We already done these things in the chapter algorithm. Okay, after that we done familiarization with the basics of Python programming, simple hello world program, fine interactive mode, script mode, data types also. Now if you see features of Python, we already done character set, tokens, identifier. Okay, this one we done, comment we done, we have done. Now next we will see introduce the notion of variable. We have done r value, l value, fine. Next is your data type and operators, done. Operator and its types also already done. Okay, so today we will start with conditional statement. Some of the students are saying that ma'am, we are not getting how to make notes. If you want to make notes, just look at your syllabus. Fine. take take topic wise. That first topic is basic of computational thinking. If you have any supplementary book like Sumit Arora or other book, you can take from that. And if you don't have, don't worry, take NCERT or download your NCERT book from the internet. Each and every topic is given in your NCERT. If you go through the NCERT, I'm assure you that you will be you will be the master in Python. Okay, only the some NCERT have very less programming part, containing very less programs. If theoretical, from theoretical point of view, you see NCERT, it's better option that you um, choose NCERT. But if you see from the point of view of programming, you have to do extra more. You can search from the internet or you can refer any supplementary book like Sumit Arora. Fine. So for theoretical, I will prefer NCERT. For programming point of view, take data from the internet or other books. Fine. So now we will start with the conditional statement, that is flow of control. So how the flow will go in the program. Fine. Here you will see some conditional statement. That first one is your decision making and branching. That is conditional. Decision making, as you see when we studied about the algorithm, in algorithm you will do the, you did a flow chart. Okay, in flow chart you will get stuck on one position where you have two paths. One is your yes and another one is your no. Either you go for the yes option or for no. So that time you have to take decision which will be better. If we go for the yes, it will be better, or no will be better. Okay, that is your decision making and branching. Now looping or iteration. What iteration means? Iteration is just a repetition of any statement. Fine. If I repeat any statement number of finite number of times, like 2 times, 3 times, that is your iteration, and that is also a looping. For example, if I want to print computer 3 times, okay, when I get output, I will get thrice. Computer will get printed thrice. That is your iteration. So iteration is basically repetition of statement of finite number of times. Now jumping statement. Jumping. If there are 2 or 4 statements are there and you want to skip some of the statement in between, like 1, 2, 3 and 4, you want to go for one, fine. You want to skip or jump the second statement and you want to move the third, then that is jumping statement. Now we will see one by one. First one is your decision making and branching. Decision making is about deciding, as I told you, that if you stuck somewhere and you have to take decision. Well, we will take an example in as you pass your 10th class, okay? So you, that time when you pass the 10th class and you will go for the 11th, that time you will take decision that which branch I have to select, either PCM, PCB, or your humanities, commerce. Okay, you have to take decision that time. So deciding the order of execution, fine, that in which order you have to do the things. Like I give you one example of in algorithm also, the T example, that first you have to uh, on the switch on the your stove, then put the container, then uh, put the water in the container, like this. So that is the execution of a statement. So you have to decide that which statement you want to execute first, second. That is the order of execution of a statement, and based on certain condition, if you change the order of execution, the thing will happen first and you will do it in fifth or sixth, on fifth or sixth number, then the order will get disturbed also, and the result and the output you will get, that is also in disturbed manner. So you have to decide the order of execution on certain conditions. If we take an example of programming, okay, some customer give you a project to you, and he said that I want this output, because customer, client only knows the input, what input, not, he doesn't know the execution. Okay, he gives you instruction that so and so, and I will get the, I want this output. Okay, so execution will depend on the programmer, how they will execute that. Fine. So that is decision making and execution of a statement. So decision is structured, evaluate multiple expression which produce true or false, yes or no. Fine. If you see here, if or else statement diagram. Yeah. If or else. If we talk about if or else, if I said, if you do your homework on time, I will give you good marks. Else, I will not give you marks. Fine. So submit your assignment on time. So that is my order. And you have to look at that order, that which you have to decide on which condition. If you go for if, you will get good marks. If you go for else, you will not get good marks. So it's depend on you that how you will execute. Fine. So here you will see, you just enter here, some condition will be written, and this condition will have two option, one is true and another one is false. If you go for true statement block, the whatever condition, whatever statement is written over here, that will get printed. And if you go for false, whatever condition written in the else, you will go for that statement will get printed. Fine. And next, after that, doing that, you will go for the next statement. Now if you see if else condition, there are basically three types of condition. One is if statement, second one is if else, and else. First we will see if statement. If we talk about the if statement, देखो if में सिर्फ तुम्हें if statement बता दिया गया है, सिंपल सा, कि अगर तुमने ये किया तो ये होगा, उसका उसके लिए तुम्हें ये नहीं बताया गया अगर तुमने नहीं किया तो क्या होगा. Fine. If your condition is true, then code will execute. Otherwise, if your condition is false, there is no programming that false one. So if is a statement, if is a very simple statement. When condition is true, then code which is associated with it is statement will execute. As I told you, मैं अगर तुमसे बात करूं और मैं बोलूं कि अगर तुम काम करोगे तो बेटा मैं तुमको गुड मार्क्स दूंगी. ओके, तो क्या होगा, मैंने ये बता दिया कि अगर तुम काम करोगे ऑन टाइम तो आई विल गिव यू गुड मार्क्स। ये नहीं बताया अगर नहीं करोगे तो उसमें क्या होगा। सो दैट इज इफ स्टेटमेंट। a equals to 0, b equals to 0. If a is greater than b, then print a is greater than b. Fine, that is your if statement. Next we will go for the if else, where two conditions are given. If means true. If some condition is true, the then whatever statement you printed in true, that will get printed. And if your condition is false, then the statement associated with your false condition, that will get printed. So when the condition is true, then code associated with it with if statement will execute, otherwise code associated with else statement is will execute. Here you will see the example. A is equals to 10, b is equals to 20. If a is greater than b, print a is greater, else print b is greater. Fine. If your condition, if a is true, here you can see a is true, no, so else statement will printed, not a, this one. Aleph. Aleph is just a short form of else if statement. Fine. You can say is just a nested else if. Okay, nested means you have lot of condition of if and else in the same function or same module. If the previous condition were not true, then do this condition. It is known as nested if. Okay. If we say here, we will again see one example. Yeah. We took two numbers from the user, first one, enter first number, then enter second number. If a is greater than b, fine, print a is greater than a is greater. Aleph, we are giving the second condition also, aleph, that is a is equals to b, print both are number. If these two conditions are not satisfied by the programming, then print b is greater. Fine, then print b is greater. So we done the first part, that is decision making. Decision making, else if, where we have to take decision which condition we will go for which condition. Fine, we will see later on the example in your practically also, so don't worry. Today I will take the theoretical part. Now second, loop. Second part is your loops in Python. So loops are very important in any programming. Okay, if we say what is loop, it's just, as I told you, repetition of a statement. If you want to execute a set of statement repeatedly until a particular condition is get satisfied, fine, that is loop. Here you will see loop entry. You will enter the loop, test the condition now, and again you have to take decision either it's true or a false. If true, the condition of loop will execute, fine. If false, then it will go out of the loop. Fine. Now here we will, in Python we will see the two loops, while loop and for loop. Fine. Now while loop, what is the difference basically between the while loop and the for loop? First we will see what is while loop. With the while loop, we can execute a set of a statement as long as a condition is true. It's true to define the indexing variable. जब तक तुम्हारी कंडीशन सेटिस्फाइड नहीं होती, ट्रू नहीं होती, तब तक वो लूप एग्जीक्यूट करता रहेगा. ओके, व्हाइल लूप एग्जीक्यूट करता रहेगा. सो क्या होता है, व्हाइल लूप में तुम्हें इंडेक्सिंग वेरिएबल देना पड़ता है कि जब तक अगर तुम्हें देखना है कि भाई मैं जब तक इतने 20 नंबर्स तक नहीं पहुंच जाता तब तक मुझे ये लूप एग्जीक्यूट कराना है। लाइक अगर हमें कोई भी टेबल प्रिंट कराना है, टेबल ऑफ 2, 3, 4, तो हमको प्रिंट कराना है, ठीक है, हमें उसे कंडीशन देनी होगी कि हमें इस कंडीशन तक ये टेबल प्रिंट कराना है। See here the example I is equals to 2. That means the value assigned to I is 2. Now while loop I is less than and equals to 20. जब तक I हमारा 20 के इक्वल या उससे लेस रहेगा तब तक वैल्यू को प्रिंट कराना है। और प्रिंट कराना है इज ओके, बट हाउ, क्या कंडीशन के साथ प्रिंट कराना है? कंडीशन इज रिटन ओवर हेयर। एवरी टाइम इन द वैल्यू ऑफ I the 2 will be added. If we see here I plus equals to 2, as I told you it's a compound operator, okay, plus equals to, that means I is equals to I plus 2. So every time I will get be incremented by the value 2. Fine. If we see here 2 into 10 equals to 20. Fine. जब तक हमें I को I 10 ना मिल जाए, सॉरी 20 ना मिल जाए, तब तक हम इसको प्रिंट कराएंगे। एंड हाउ यू विल राइट द लूप? वाइल, फिर जो भी कंडीशन यू हैव टू प्रोवाइड, एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू पुट दिस सेमीकोलन, ओके। So the syntax for writing a while loop is just write down while, then your condition, then put semicolon. And whatever you want to do inside a loop, that would be written inside the loop. In C++, what you will do, you get a curly braces, okay, you put one curly braces here, and after when loop get over, you close curly bracket would be there. But in Python it doesn't, it does not like, it seems does not like that. So what you have to do, you have to put indentation, okay। जो भी while loop के अंदर है वो थोड़ा सा स्पेस देकर उसी लूप के, जब तुम लोग इस लूप से बाहर कोई स्टेटमेंट प्रिंट करानी है फिर से सेम इंडेंटेशन पे आ जाओगे यहाँ से। अब नेक्स्ट स्टेटमेंट जो लूप, इफ यू वांट टू गो आउटसाइड द लूप, तो स्टेटमेंट को यहाँ से प्रिंट करा देना, ओके। वी विल सी इन प्रोग्राम ऑल्सो व्हेन वी डू प्रैक्टिकली, so don't get worried. Now next is your for loop. The for loop iterate over a given sequence, okay। Each iterate means repeat over a given sequence. It may be list, tuple or a string. Now in as we in while loop we needed a indexing variable. Here no need to requiring the for loop does not require any indexing variable, okay, to set beforehand, as the for command itself allow for this. So we will see prime is equals to is just a list, as I told you, when square bracket are used is just a list, okay, from there you will get that it's a list. So prime, it's a name of the list, is equals to 2 3 5 7. Now for first of all look at the syntax, write down the name for, then it's a name of your variable, which variable you want, in that here range, okay. Wait a minute, I will show you the syntax. Yeah, if you see 4, yeah, then here is your variable name, then in, it's a specify keyword, so don't change, and here range, and then semicolon, okay, and bracket, control B, now control B, yeah. Now you can see if it's okay, yeah. Yeah, you can see here for where I in range. Fine. These are the keyword already defined for the for loop. Here you can change the name and the range. Both the things you can change. It's depend on your program. Fine. So here you see it's a variable name, then in, then prime, then semicolon, then print x. Now, how this loop will execute? You will just see it will scan each and every element or item of a list. Okay, it will print 2357. Now next is range. What is range? As I told you in the syntax, range is also coming. So what is range? Range function, it generate a list of number which is generally used to iterate over with for loop. Range function can be uses three types of parameter. First one is start, from where you want to start. Stop, till what point you want to stop, till what point you want to go and stop your, and how many. If suppose you are writing the table of 2, then in step you will write 2, that you have to go one, skip one and go to second step. Okay, like this. So range, you can pass all these three parameters together, it's on your program, or one or two parameter. Okay, so all parameters should be integer. The first thing you have to note down about these parameters, that all parameter must be integer and all parameter can be positive or negative. Now we will see here range stop. Fine. Now by default it start from 0 and incremented by 1 and ends up to stop. Why it's saying that is it start from 0 and incremented by the 1? Because no start point is given over here and no step point. So step it will take by default, the start is 0 and step is 1, and stop you will provide, so it will end up to stop but not including stop value. If you look at the program for x in range 4, okay, so here stop is given. It will start, you will see the output, it will start from the 0 and it will the step will be taken 1, so incremented by 1, 0 plus 1 2 3. Fine, and the loop will stop at 4, so it will print these four values. Now if start and stop are written, then it start from the start value up to the stop but not including the stop value. Always remember, it will not include, it will, and it will read the stop value but not included in the output. Okay, so here you give the start, it will start from the 2 until 6, 2 3 4 5. If three of the parameters are given, then it will skip. Here step is also given, so 3 5 7. Okay, now you, yeah, as I told you, 3 is a starting value, 8 is a stop value, and 2 is a step value. First it will print 3, then it will increase it by 2, then 5 again increases by 2, then 7, 8 is the stop, so it will stop, it will not exceed the stop value. Okay, so we see how range will work, how start, stop and step bit will work. Okay, now next is difference between range and x range. We will see in the next class. I will explain you what is x range, then we will see the difference between the range and x range. So I will give you some programs based on the theoretical part you will not. Okay, prepare a file or means online you can send me the script file or a PDF after executing the programs. So have a good day and study hard.